welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It's Wednesday, it's 2 p.m. It's actually 2:03. We can thank YouTube for lagging. Would have loved to start 2 minutes ago, but welcome to the real world. Anyhow, thank you for joining us on Crypto Before Dark. In case you don't know, we do this at least 3 times per week, sometimes more. So occasionally we only do 2 times per week, but we try to come in at least 3 times a week, come live, talk about charts, talk about strategies, talk about what we see happening in the future. We only do charts here. We don't do anything else, and we don't do financial advice. So we just had a live stream last night. We just saw that charts were coming down. And what do we see today? A little bit of wonkiness in the market, huh? You're seeing some charts come up, some charts go down, bouncing back and forth, back and forth. This is indicative, in my opinion, of a high time frame move. However, let's look everything over and talk about it. And I want to talk about Atom a little bit because, as you saw in the thumbnail, once again, people were left underwhelmed. Let's discuss that. But first, if you haven't done so, go hit like. They're free here. Likes don't cost anything. They cost no dollars. What happens is when you like, not only does YouTube remember that and remind you that we have live streams or events, excuse me, but just the same, YouTube pushes us up to the top of the algorithm on YouTube so everyone gets to see what we're doing when we're doing it. Pretty darn cool if you ask me. And more people can be helped. I want to do that. You should want to do that. Everyone should want to do that. So let's say hey to the folks that are in here real quick, and then we'll get along with what we're doing here. Nose itching. So, and bear with me. My neighbor's been running that leaf blower outside for about 5 hours now. I'm going crazy. Adam Man, I totally agree, he said, and that's in reference to the thumbnail, I believe. Abosevich, I think I got that right, I'm not sure. He says, Peeps, Vector, what's up? Patrizio, good to see you. Electric motherfucking Ken. He says, welcome to the 786 Assassins TA channel. Follow the charts. You will be successful. We got a whole group to prove it. What's up, Ken? Good to see you, brother. Brother Beal, Jehovah's Thickness. Architecture 23 says, Guten Abend. Guten Abend. Jehovah's Thickness says, Wind Moon. Soon, bro. Soon. Yeah, the live stream took an extra couple minutes to come on. Everything was lagging. I hit the button and I just waited on the little spinny spin wheel to stop spinning, and it didn't stop. Knox Hype. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Slew Schlilpad. I think I said that right. Let's go. E. Phillips says, fresh cut. Yeah, bro, I buzzed it down a little bit. It'll be back. Don't worry. Ever Ford, what's up? He said, feels great. To only pay attention to what and not when and the why and the how, but only what. And that's exactly what we try to promote here. Vector, Manolo, Ghost Guy, I made it. What's up? Brandful, Nifty Phoebe, what's up, Queen? Big Dex, good to see you. Frog with a hat. Hey, yo. He says, European people stand up. Yes, we also, that's part of the reason why we do this on Wednesdays for the European people. I know 11 p.m. is late. And a lot of people don't like to come on live streams at 11 p.m. and watch charts or see anybody that's in kind of entertainment at 11 p.m. However, that's when we do them. Now, there's a reason we do them when we do them. When we first started, that's the only time I had available. Well, now, obviously, I have different times, but we have a whole thing. So you can't go abandoning the thing you got now, right? So, anyhow, let's start with what we said we were going to talk about right off the bat. In case you didn't know, Cosmos 2.0 was coming out. What is Cosmos 2.0? The latest version of Atom or Cosmos or whatever they were going to be doing. In case you didn't know, there are multiple different coins on the Osmosis network. Excuse me. Not the Osmosis network, but on Osmosis. And Cosmos is one of their top coins. There's a whole blockchain thing going on with them there. Technically, right now, they're in Cosmoverse down in Medellin. Colombia. They're having a whole meet and greet with crypto people that are all in the same mindset of how amazing Cosmos is. But right about that same time that we had this meet going on and all this amazing bullish news come out and all this good stuff, as you see, the chart has not responded very well. In fact, the chart has broken a trend line. In fact, chart kind of shows me that it's a little bit done trying to go up. You see now a little bit of lower highs and lower lows and lower highs and lower lows here, and we appear to have broken down into the next zone. The zone would have been around 13.1 or 13 flat, and as you see, we're sitting right at it right now. So one could argue that we're still in the zone, but we are really, really close to it. What I mean by zones is this was the zone that we were in, but since we started rolling over, and it looks like this fib is going to work well. This was the 50 fib as well on the high time frame weekly charts. This level up here was right about the 50, which means hold up. Since we've hit that, we've kind of pulled back. And if we lose this zone and it closes under it, well, we're going to go down to the next zone. What is the next zone? Next price action zone is here. The next price action zone is here between 13.1-ish and roughly $11 or $11 flat. That's the next zone of price action. If we can't get up and over and back into this upper zone, and really I don't see that happening. And I'm going to put in some other indicators here so you can see, but this is the zone of price that we're stuck in. This needs to break and go back north so we can continue to go up. If it does not, quite simply, you're done, and this is only going to retrace. So first things first is the zone that it's broken and the trend line that it appears to have failed. Now, I'm going to take the fibs off so everything's a little bit more clean here, and I'm going to put the moving averages on. If you're not aware of what these moving averages are, this is the 200 moving average in red, the 100 moving average in blue, the 50 moving average in yellow, and then our 8 and 21 EMA in green and purple. Now, our 821 EMA is just what we're using for our quick buy sell. But again, that's always trend dependent. If it's not an uptrend, then we are not going to hurry up and use the 821 EMA. You're going to use it with more caution. A bullish or bearish sentiment, a very basic, simple bullish bearish sentiment is, are you under the 200 moving average or over the 200 moving average? And this is very much under. Now it is sitting on the 50-day moving average, which is cool. It appears to have caught some short-term support because that's kind of what moving averages do. They act like support and resistance in short term, and they roll and they move along with the chart. So you can kind of see some stopping points and starting points. Now we've learned that the 200-day moving average is rather stiff. Can you see that? 200-day moving average is kind of stiff. It doesn't want to break easy. And because of that, it held this 8 and 21 EMA for quite a while and rode up until it hit this 200-day moving average and started hesitating. It went under. Now you've got an 821 downward cross, and you're pressing on the 50-day moving average. It hasn't closed under it yet. It's sitting right on top of it, which is better news than bad. Just be careful and note that it is sitting right on it, and there's a stiff possibility that we get more down. Now, let's go down to a couple lower time frames here. Let's go down to 4 hour just to look here. This held the 200 moving average on the 4 hour for a really, really, really long time, but it recently broke. It held all the way back till August. The entire month of September, it was over the 200-day moving average. Then it slipped under, and here we are at the end of September, dead under the 200, hesitating and failing to get going again. Now, this is why I mean by I don't think it's going to make it to the next price range up. I think it's going to go to the next price range down, which is between $13 and $11. The reason I say that is it's very obvious that it's stuck under here on the lower time frames, and that 200 moving average was what it was using. Sorry, folks, it's done. This was yet another example of, oh my gosh, bullish sentiment. They're making big moves. There's a cosmoverse going on. We've got to hurry up and get in because we don't understand. It's going to go up in price more. And look at this. Look at the price go up. We don't do that. We don't do that. We buy and sell the chart, because when you try to buy and sell the news, you will lose more than you ever win. Can you win buying and selling the news? Yes, you can. Typically in a bull market. This is not a bull market. This is a bear market, meaning down and down and down and down, or sideways. Definitely not up. One lesson that everyone's learning here, especially all the newer people to the space, is you're getting into crypto and realizing that you bought in on the bull market and it felt real good short term, or you got in at the end of the bull market and it sucked ever since you bought. So you think, oh no, crypto just isn't for me. Well, it's an interesting thing that you bring up because you bought and sold right at the wrong time. And if you held, you're really getting crushed. Now, how do you fix this? You have two choices. You continue to buy and buy and buy and buy, and hopefully you get your buy price down low enough to justify the fact that you've held on forever, or you follow the chart and learn when it's a downtrend, you don't buy any assets. You only buy those assets on an uptrend. And when the uptrend ends, you sell it and you wait for a new uptrend to form. As we've learned in crypto, this is very cyclical, isn't it, folks? There's these long cycles of bullish and bearish. It can take up to 4 years for everything to correct. Do you really want to sit and watch something do nothing for 4 years? I don't think so. I don't think that's what you want to do. So be smarter. Think about what you're doing. Use your head. Thomas Gayu, what's up? Patrizio, what's up? Rikus Brewer, how can I marry Phoebe? Bro, I've been trying to figure the same thing out. Not going to happen. So, Thor's Hammer, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Crypto Grunt, good afternoon, ladies and gents. Danny Carney, afternoon, brother. Good to see you. Danny Deep Pockets. What time frame do you use for spot trading, Keith? That would be daily. I do most of all my spot trades on daily. But the good thing you're going to see here is not very many spot trades going on right now because we're in the middle of a bear market. There are a few charts that are bullish short term, but they have also started to fail. And one that everyone has been throwing up in my face is Quant, about how wrong I am. Just know that you're right up against the 50 fib, just like Adam was. Okay, you're hitting this 50 fib on the high time frame, just like Adam was, showing a little weakness, having a little bit of a hard time, and it's done extremely well. Quant has extremely well. We can look at the weekly here and see that we've formed out a pretty nice inverse head and shoulders here. Okay, cool. This neckline needs to break now. Now, if this neckline can break, sweet, we can run up here toward 188. Excuse me, 188 or 287. What do I more likely see happening? I more likely see this 50-day moving average pinching down here, or 50-week moving average pinching down here, and forcing this price back down to 104. And if this shoulder gets invalidated by the price dropping below 104, you're going to see more down. That's all there is to it. Now, Quant may be a front runner when we come back around next time. Then I'm here for it if it is. I'll be happy to throw a couple dollars at it and let it ride if we can get a bullish correction when the bull market actually starts back. But we have to play that ball as it lies, and no one's seen any evidence of that as of yet. I'd love to see it, though. Would love to see it. This kind of looks like Algorand for me back in the day when Algorand started. It looked like this, like it was going to get going and do really well, and then it just fell on its face and never really took off as far as we thought it would. And if you don't know what I mean, I'll pull that up now so you can see it. Similar look here, right? You had this inverse head and shoulders, and it pulled way back, right? And then you thought this is all bull market, by the way. There was no resistance here to stop this chart from going up and up and up and up, and it stopped on its own. Stopped on its own right about the same time everything else stopped, rolled over, and hasn't returned since. Now, it may be worth it to some of you guys to try to grab some of this Algorand at a lower level when the bear market finishes off here. I don't know how far it's going to go down, but I do have a red marker here where I think Algorand may run to. It could go as low as 13 cents. Is that worth grabbing some? I mean, I think it may be worth it. Be careful because that's forming a big, massive head and shoulders right there. So one step at a time. I still do think we have a good solid amount of time before anything super, super bullish happens. Link is another chart that's been a little bit resistant to fail after having a terrible looking chart for quite a while. Link has tried to show some strength here, as you see. It's creeping back over the 8 EMA, stuck under the 21 EMA. That's our first buy-sell indicator, and this is weekly. Still stuck under all the moving averages, though, and as you see, the 50 is pressing down on the 200. Not great. So there presents a natural barrier. Daily, 200 moving averages right there at 15.9. So I have a short running on Link. I can afford to stay in a little longer. So if this comes up to 9.15, if it comes up there to 9.15, that's going to be the spot where I add on to my short. I will dollar cost average my short at that moment because I think the entire market is going to bleed out. And if that's the case, I'm going to get every bit of it that I can. I recently opened a short on AVAX, and if you're part of our Discord, you would know that. Want to be part of the Discord? Well, here you go. Click this link right here that I'll put right here in the Discord, in the live stream for you. Right there. Bam. Also down below in the description of this video is a link for the Discord, as well as a link for our Launchpad. Here's our Launchpass. Click on Launchpass. It's a short video, tell you how to use it. You can sign up using any card that you'd like. You can sign up with PayPal. If you don't want to use Launchpass, you can use Patreon. We still do have our Patreon, which is here. There's our Patreon channel. You're free to pick whenever you'd like. PayPal, you can use PayPal on Patreon. If you don't want it, you can use Launchpass. It's just any debit card. Totally up to you. Your choice. We have tons of info over there on our Discord. That's the whole point in it. We keep up with what's going on as far as any chart anywhere at any time. So Ruckus says, okay, I think about it. Hold on a second. Ruckus, did you hit the like button? She said, He said, just did. She said, okay, I'll think about it. At least MoneyGram stocks did well. Let's look at MoneyGram. MoneyGram. Yeah, look at that. Performing a bit of a Bart Simpson right now, though, isn't it? Ran way up, and it's kind of held this level. Let's see if it manages to get moving, or it's just going to get stuck here and roll over and play dead, because it kind of looks like that's what it's doing on the weekly a bit. Now, there's a big trend line here. Can it hold trend, or is it going to break? The last few times this did a move like this, you can see what happened. There you go, kind of see that. Rise and fail, rise and fail, rise and fail, rise and maybe fail. We'll see. Performed better than most stocks. And real quick, I wanted to show everybody the top assets. We talk about these every Monday. As you see, the S&P 500 has caught this bit of a bottom right here. This is the last level possible to hold. If it does not hold this level, it's going to get gnarly for the S&P 500. Levels of 346. 337 and a potential 326 for the S&P 500. Oh boy, that's a big fall after already extremely large falls. Now there are several gaps in this particular chart, and they go all the way up here to 425, 420, 408, and 373. How many of those gaps will close? It's a great question, and I don't really know the immediate answer to that, but I do know that there's gaps above the price. And you can see there 10%, 14% to fill. It's a lot. I don't think it'll just hurry up and gain that money back. We'll see. The NASDAQ 100. NASDAQ 100 bouncing around in Sniper's Alley. It failed the golden pocket where I thought it may hold up. Now let's see if it can get back through the golden pocket and perform. If it can't, guess what, folks? 10,395, 10,077, and a potential 9,637 floor. Goodness gracious. That's a long ass way down for the NASDAQ. Top 100. It is sitting on this support level, so there's a solid chance it holds on a weekly time frame, right? So let's give it a bit, see what happens. Obviously, there's a big, huge head and shoulders right here that looks really gnarly. Don't want to see that. And you know good and well that price action is something that a lot of people like to trade. Bots will absolutely run this in the ground if you're not careful. It is still a downtrend. Watch out. Gold. Everyone always asks me about gold. Gold's still doing its downward thing, which sucks. Move that off. Still trucking down really hard. If you're looking for a good spot to buy gold, maybe wait till it just breaks that trend line there somewhere. It's stuck under the 1 fib, under 786, 886 where that little yellow box is there. a fully possible still to go down to 1582. You don't have any sign yet that it's going to break any said kind of trend line. If it does break that trend line, then I'm going to look for a higher number, but not until then. I would be misspoken if I didn't say that that's in a downtrend and pointing toward 1582 before it points to a nice high price. If it breaks that trend line, I will change face, but I can't do that until then. US 10-year. Got you, Thor's hammer. Oh, throwing a gravestone at the top. US 10-year bond sitting at 3.73%. He said, first big daily red candle in a long time. Yes, sir. Especially sitting at the top like that, throwing a gravestone at the top. Not great. And that's a weekly candle. Look at daily. Ooh, not good. Not good, folks. Bonds are slowly pulling back a little bit. It means maybe money goes somewhere else or money goes in their pockets. We'll see. US 01 1-year bonds. Same situation. Ran like a scalded dog and now stuck at 3.84% and slowly starting to pull back. Had you locked in a bond last week, you'd have 4% for free, plus get your money back at the end of the year. What's the max amount of bonds you're allowed to buy? Like 10 grand? Isn't it like $10,000 at a time? You can get like 10 grand at a time worth of bonds. So it would have paid you 4% of that. Yeah, 10K. There you go. Paid you 4%. Okay. Pretty darn good. $400. And to give you $400, that's not bad. Not bad. So you got your money back on top of that. Let's actually do the math. I might be wrong. So 10,000 plus 4%. Yep, $400, and you get your $10,000 back at the end of the year. So they're going to pay you $400 to give them money. Well, now it's down to 3.83. How low can that go? Well, the next stopping point, honestly, is about 3.1 to 3%. We'll recess after that. Maybe go up higher, but I don't know. Quantitative tightening is still going on. They're still pulling money out of the market aggressively. And I believe that's expected to continue through October. We shall see. Jehovah's what's up, Ignacio Lopez? Good to see you, brother. Big Dex, all those hours spent on XRP vids, I could probably have gotten a bachelor's in something. Congrats on the MoneyGram play. Right? I mean, I was holding through 2019 through 2020, right? It sucks. Everybody spends so much money watching those videos, spent so much time watching those videos about XRP, about how great it is, and then just to watch it do nothing for years and years, and to be putting out the same content for years and years, and it still hasn't done what they say it will. And the answer is still just soon. I can't be part of that. Just can't. So, yeah, XRP ran up. I've had a short run on this for a couple days now, down to the 50 fib. It's bounced. If it can get over 44 cents, I may consider cutting my short and leaving it and then going into another short, but not until then. It's kind of stuck in this price range right here, between 44 cents and 41 cents. I expect this to come all the way back down to 38, and then potentially 35. And I don't expect this thing to do much more than it already has done, not before we get a larger, more aggressive price action relief or fall. Yeah, it could come up and touch this trend line, but I don't see it going anywhere past that at all. I just don't. I'm more than happy to say I'm wrong if it continues to go up. Again, I have a stop loss set in the profit. Let it eat. And here's your moving average. As you can see that it failed to hold the 200-day moving average that it broke short term. Again, it usually happens like this when the 200 moving average comes into play. Typically, they slow down and stop. And as you see with Quant and a couple others, it didn't. It just kept on going. All right, so it's an odd bit of an outlier. And I don't believe those outliers will hold up much longer. Bitcoin on the day was up 3% at one point, trying to get through the 8 and 21 EMA after this really, really ugly gravestone candle just yesterday. All right, I don't buy this green candle being here after this gravestone, which would be a bullish hammer. I don't buy this at all. And the reason I don't buy this is you can't have this gnarly gravestone candle on the #1 traded crypto asset in the world that's traded all across the world on the open market. You can't have this candle form and then a bunch of bullish shit afterwards. You just can't. Market makers are smart enough to know what's going on there, right? 50-day moving average is pressing down at the max. This thing runs up here and gets near this 50-day moving average, gets cut down by the trend line and puts us right back where we were. That is not a good risk reward. It's very simple. It's not worth that for me to take that play. Ethereum, as we talked about, I expected this to run up to 1450 or so and just bounce back and forth and hesitate. I've had this same drawing up for days now. It's slowly playing out. I moved it over so you could see it, but I actually had it over here. Okay. I just moved it over so you could see it. It's still chopping along. I expect it still to maybe get up here to 1450. If it can't do that, it's going to be stuck in this range right here from 1450 to 1200, which is where it's kind of playing around with still. Nice, good buy pressure, wicks on the bottom like this. Problem is we have this downward price action with a wick up and a wick down, which tells me it's just going to drive sideways. Put the Bollinger Bands on it and you'll see what I mean. They're not very tight yet. Bollinger Bands need to tighten up before we see any more worthy price action. Let's go look at Bitcoin real quick with the same thing. You see they're a little tighter. Still under the midline, so no go from the Bollinger Band. That's the rule of the Bollinger Bands. Over the midline, good. Under the midline, bad. Ride it to the bottom or ride it to the top. Sitting on this support line, still good. Don't get me wrong. Needs to move, though. If it doesn't move in due time, this is going to get pinched down and break south. One thing at a time. Bollinger Bands are getting tight. Just so happens that 50-day moving average lines up at the top of the bands right there. Maybe a little bit of foreshadowing. But, again, that would be the peak that I expect it to go to, which would be 21,250-ish. One thing at a time, though, okay? So, just like that, 30 minutes goes by. Poof, in the blink of an eye. Thank you for watching. Appreciate everyone coming on. If you haven't done so, go hit like. They're free. Before you leave, go hit like. Come check out our Discord. Links in the bottom of the video. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 p.m. for a solid hour. We have a 30-minute Zoom over in the Discord on the voice chat. Not a Zoom, just a voice chat over there on the Discord for all the subscribers. After this for a Q&A. If you'd like, come hop on over. Thank you. I'll see y'all tomorrow. In the words of the late, great, notorious B.I.G., you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. I appreciate that. We'll see y'all then. Peace.